Hello everyone, this is Banter Bill, and welcome to Crucible of Eternity, Path 3 Dungeon Guide. This is not a speedrunning guide, but a guide meant for those who are new to the dungeon or for those who need a refresher. In terms of class composition, I usually bring my warrior because classes with high melee DPS is good. Guardians are also useful because of their protection and condition removal. Starting off, we're going to stack in this left hand corner, and we're going to have someone pull the first three ice elementals to us. Then once they get here, you just want to DPS them down. The main thing to watch out for here is the ice V attack that they occasionally drop. This attack right here. Just dodge out of that even if it means leaving the stack, or you can be down like these two guys. If this looks familiar, it's because it is. This part is the same for all three paths. For this next part, we're going to group up on the right in a crevice, and then attack the wolves. Or we're not going to group up and just attack the wolves randomly. Okay, there we go. The wolves do have a knockdown, so stability is useful. As a warrior, I usually use my mace attack, Mace 5, to knock them down before they knock me down.
I could outrun a centaur.
Sweet, and then once everything is dead, we will fight our first champion. A pre-champion update, most groups would skip this boss, however I think it is worth it to fight this boss because he drops a champion chest. I recommend fighting the Silver Wolf first. We managed to pull him for the champion, which makes it easier to fight him. For the Silver Wolf, the main thing to watch out for is his knockdown attack. For the Champion Wolf, he has an attack that does massive damage, and I find that attack very hard to predict. So I usually still stay in melee range, but I'm a little careful and stay at the edge of melee range if I can. You get to see my warrior shout for great justice in super speed mode. For those who have watched my other dungeon guides, the reason this speed up is different, I upgraded to the new Movie Maker, and this allows me to keep sound while I speed up. So for this video, I'm going to try it out and see if my audience likes speed up squeaky voices. So we're going to fight Subject Alpha here. This Subject Alpha fight is the same as the Path 2 Subject Alpha fight. If possible, you want to knock him into one of the corners, and then you'll DPS him down in melee range from there. He will drop AoEs, and you want to dodge those AoEs 2 seconds after they are dropped. As a warrior, I use my war horn here to give my party vigor. This is actually our second attempt at Subject Alpha, and he already has Defiant. So we are going to try to pull him to this left-hand corner, and it actually succeeds. Not where I'm stacked now, but right here. So once we're all stacked, we will just dodge the AoEs 2 seconds after they come down. If you're a warrior, you can also use your Greatsword 3 attack to dodge. I use that attack every time I'm on my Greatsword. You only have to bring Subject Alpha down to half health, so don't worry if some of your party members go down. Your party members do go down, you try to revive them, but don't sit through an AoE to revive them. Alright, and then for the golems, we're going to stack in the left-hand side and have our guardian pull the golems to us. Stability is useful in this fight because several of the golems have knockdowns, and as a warrior I usually use my Mace 5 attack as the golems get to me, so I knock them down before they knock me down. As usual, I place my banner outside the group in case one of our group members go down. I don't want people picking up my banner instead of my group members. So it's a bit hard to see here, but I just spam my 100 blades, and my 3 attack. Try to get in as much damage as possible. Sweet, and then once the golems are down, you get to watch me fail once again on this laser part. If you check out my COE P2 video, you'll see me actually make this jump. There are two methods to do this. You can do the method I'm currently doing, which is to wait in the middle for the vertical bars to go past, or you can wait for the vertical bars to come to you and jump as the vertical bars come along. And I actually made it this time. I'm surprised with myself. You only need 2 people to make it across. Actually, we have 3 here. The consoles I'm standing at, one person can stand in the middle and hit both consoles at once with one press of the F key. We have 3 people who made it, so we go ahead and put one person on each console. If you're counting down in chat, I always say what I'm going on. So here I said on 1, because I want everyone to press on 1. Some people do on go. That's why I always specify on which number people should go on. This golem fight coming up is the same golem fight for all 3 paths. He's very similar to the Honor of the Waves Path 1 boss. He has protection totems, which you want to bring down as often as possible. Also, reflect skills are useful here because you can reflect the totem fire back into the turrets so they won't buff the boss. Everyone should stick in melee range because you'll get all the buffs, and if someone goes down, they're much easier to pick up. Actually, a trick I just recently learned, the warrior can stand approximately in between the golem and the turret and hit both at once while you're in melee range. So I haven't tried that out here, but I think that trick will work. Alright, then on to cannon defense. This is also exactly the same as Path 2, so if you have deja vu, you are perfectly justified because this is exactly the same. You want to defend the cannons from these bomb golems who are going to try to explode on it. 2 veterans will spawn during the fight, which you should kill. One person though should stay at the cannon to make sure the bomb golems don't get to it. If you kill the veterans early enough, they will respawn, so I only kill them once, and then when they respawn I don't bother killing them again, because it is unlikely you'll kill them before time runs out. At 95%, you want to stack where the chest is going to spawn, and grab the chest as quickly as possible, so I grab the chest, and at 100% you want to run out to the left. The goal here is to avoid this next champion who comes, because he is a pain in the butt. Then, once the champion walks past, we will go ahead and fight these ads here. Some groups skip this, but I don't know why, because they give a lot of loot, and they're really easy. If you do go down, you just want to rally off of these really easy guys. The bloated guys will explode at the beginning, so I try to dodge roll through that or use Endure Pain through that. Then onto these veterans. The Risen Berserkers are the ones you want to aim for first. They have an axe spin attack, which is devastating in melee range. So as a warrior, I either just get out of there if they're using their axe spin attack, or try to knock them down with my mace 5. Alright, for this subject alpha fight, again, exactly the same as P2. You want to stack in this corner, and then roll 2 seconds after the AoE is down. This is exactly the same as the first fight, with one difference. He will place purple crystals down, which will freeze your teammates. That is one of the reasons why we stack in melee, is so we can break those purple crystals when they come up.
I feel good.
When you dodge, you want to try to roll into the corner, and if you do that properly, you should stay with you the whole time. If for some reason he is moving around, you just want to stay in melee range, because you do not want him to drop those dragon tooths on top of you.
You'll have to hit much harder. The great justice!
Alright, sweet, and once you beat Subject Alpha, collect your champ chest and event chest, and here I actually like to kill everything that comes up if you're in a high DPS group. There is a champion coming up, which if you're in a high DPS group, he's relatively easy to take down. Regardless though, for these crablings, you should stack to the left of the door, and I recommend for all groups that you kill these crablings. So our group doesn't stack properly, so they won't come exactly to us. There you go. There we go. So you will stack, and then we'll just kill these crablings. You can melee them down. They actually pack a bit of a punch if you're not careful, but if you're tightly packed, you should be okay. Alright, then if you are going to kill this champion coming up, I recommend you kill these veterans here. To kill the veterans, you want to stack to the right of the door.
There has to be another way around.
And then when the harpies come, if you see them swoop up, you want to dodge. If you are not killing the champion, you can just run straight to the next boss.
Replenishing.
And then once you kill these veterans, you're off to fight the champion. I like to fight the champion in this hallway we're in right now. The main reason is because the random AoEs don't drop except from the champion himself. You can fight him in the next room, but there are more AoEs there, and I think it's a bit harder. Then again, in the next room it's more open, so you may have a better job of avoiding the AoEs. This boss is relatively straightforward. You just need to get out of the AoEs when he drops them. I stay in melee range the whole time and just, but again, I get hit by an AoE there, so I go down. If you do go down, you can rally off the crowdlings that spawn. Sweet, and then we kill the champion and get our well-earned champion chest. We're on to fight the main difference between P2 and P3. For this next boss, you want to have 3 people go to the various cannons around the room, and the goal on the first stage is to hit the cannons at the same time. If you have aggro, and that means you have a dragon tooth attacking you, you do not want to be on a cannon because it will knock you down and mess up the count. So we each go, one person to each cannon, and then I'm going to count down in chat. Again, I say what we're going on so there's no confusion. Once you see all 3 cannons fire, it is safe to start jumping down. Make sure to avoid the dragon tooths as you jump down. They always use the same pattern, front, back, middle. Once you get to the middle, you want to DPS down the boss. The only thing to watch out for here is his AoE attack that'll knock you back if you're caught in it. You can only stay down here for approximately 15 seconds, and then his shield comes back up. So mentally count to 15, and then get out of there. On the way out, watch out for dragon tooths, and then head towards the stairs on either side of the map. If you do happen to go down, your corpse will be at the start of this room. So it's not a big deal if you die, just try not to die. Alright, and we're just going to do the same thing again. Hit the cannons at the same time. Once you see all 3 fire, you can start making your way down, and then DPS down the boss. And I tried to stay in there the whole time, but I didn't communicate that to my teammates, so not everyone knew that we were going for a kill there. And this death music sounds very creepy sped up. Alright, and then one more time, and then we should be good to go. Again, if you're on a cannon, you have aggro, just say something and say, I have aggro, someone else take my cannon. Because you'll just get knocked down, and then 2 cannons will fire, someone will go down, and then they'll die. For the last boss, guess who we're fighting? Subject Alpha again. He is the same as he was When we fought him for the second time, he has that Crystal Freeze attack. You want to stack in melee and then dodge his AoE after 2 seconds. I recommend stacking in this corner, although sometimes it's hard to keep him here. If he starts moving around, just move with him in melee. And then we're just going to take down Subject Alpha, dodging his AoEs 2 seconds after they come down. And we start to move with him because he got out of that corner. But we get him into this corner, so that's good. If you do happen to go down and there are tentacles around, you can rally off the tentacles. However, if you take my advice, there won't be any tentacles down here, so unfortunately you cannot revive unless your teammates revive you. I recommend trying to revive your teammates if you can, but don't go through a AoE if you don't have to. Alright, and then that's the end of the dungeon.
What an experience.
Thanks for watching, guys.